What's up again, everybody? I've got something interesting and fun for us to do today. Today we're going to do something that I'm going to coin the term build challenge. We are going to hop on to the Dice Coalition's Team Builder website link area thing. We're going to hit this random button, and then we are going to take the card that it gives us, and we're going to build a team around it. We're going to do our best to build a team that highlights or features that card that we've been given. I think today we're going to start with a modern era team, so we're going to go ahead and click modern for this little search portion right here. But we're going to click this button. If it gives us a win condition, that's great. Likely it's going to give us something other than a win condition, and if that's the case, we're just going to try to do our very, very best to make that card sort of the star or things working around it. The goal is to make something kind of new off the wall. I'm going to assume that when I press this button, it's not going to give me like Norman Osborn super rare or something, because that would be just too easy and too hilarious. So let's see. Whatever we get is what we get. 3, 2, 1. Build challenge number 1, begin. All right, so we have Primaris Inceptor, Meteoric Descent, double affiliated, the Ultramarines, and the, I forgot the name of those boys. 3-cost fist, 022, 023, 133 stat line, max 4, range 1. So if you don't know what range is, when he attacks, when the die that has the range ability attacks, all active characters with range deal damage equal to their range value to target opposing character die. And you just kind of pop whatever you want to pop. Things shoot each other. That's a pretty good base. Okay, we can work around that. So there's a couple of things that immediately pop into mind. We could take advantage of these affiliations with other affiliations like it. So let's go to affiliation. Let's just click, and these are all of the other types that we can run. We're gonna max that die out because that's the point. So we have 4 of them now. So let's look through all the options. We got intercessors. This one's pretty fine. It gets +1 attack if you've got other Ultramarine character. Dice, yes. That's not a bad option. So let's take it in that route. There's frag. We could try working with frag, that keyword that no one ever played. That's a thing, right? People do that. No, people don't play frag. The stat line and the purchase, or the fielding costs are good on this die, so if we wanted to, we could kind of invest in this 2-cost top fielding side. So that's a possibility. There are these Redemptor Dreadnoughts that I've never played with before. When it's blocked, deal damage equal to its level to target opponent, and then KO it. It's 5. There's this one. When KO'd, deal damage equal to its level. Okay. And then there's this one. KO it at the end of each turn. You may pay 1 per die to prevent that. I wonder if there's any interesting things we can do with that. I mean, obviously the low-hanging fruit we can all think of if I turn off that. The low-hanging fruit is to just like play the better range options. So like Venerable Dreadnought, right? This is obviously the low-hanging fruit. But we already have range, so we might as well not use that and do something a little bit more fun and interesting, like going this route. Oh, you know what? Vero Tigurius is super fun. Uh-oh, there we go. It's taking its time. Why? I have great internet. Why is it taking so long to load this random card? So this is the one that's the 3-cost that gets the buff as well. I like this card a lot. And they can't be targeted. Yeah, I mean, this one's good. Now, is there another one? This is when fielded. You name a die, prep it, get +2/+2. 3, that's not bad. And then just straight up when fielded, prep a die, but it's 4. Let's just run the Rod of Tigurius because that card's cool. Is there anything else that has, I mean, we can get other range, guys. Get some more range in there. This one seems good. So this is nice because it has synergy with our highlight card in that both of them can KO like sidekicks with range. And so prep a die. Let's do that. Relentless Advance. Oh yeah, the repulsors were interesting. When it's attacking after blockers are declared, if he is unblocked, your other character dice get +2 attack. This one's kind of hard though because like making it unblockable is kind of what you have to do. And at that point, you just win with a 2/8/8 anyway. We're not shoehorning ourselves into only using these cards as well. So we could branch out. I really like, I mean, here's a Primaris Reaver. You got that 2/3/3 side, though. And it's for 3. It's got a range. 6 for range 2. No thanks. I don't want him to get KO'd because I have to pay that terrible fielding cost. He's cheap, but it's hard to get a lot of them out there. Okay, I probably need one more of these to make this worth it. So he counts characters. So right now, if you play this, it would be with both of these characters active, which is a, you know, and this is a 4-drop. It's not the worst thing in the world, but you are investing into it. These become 5/7s. That can't be targeted. Maybe like a 2-drop that isn't terrible. And this one's not bad. It's probably the best option. We're not going to talk about Reboot Guliman. I mean, technically you could make this work, but like, forget that. That card's bad. This one's not bad though. If you're going to invest in a 6-drop, but are you ever going to get to him? Yeah, maybe. Let's throw him on there. I mean, if you're KOing things with range, you're prepping a die, so you could set up for a turn like this. You buy this, you buy that, then you push with them, and they deal damage, and then the next turn you buy a 6-drop because you've prepped 2 dice, saying you KO 2 sidekicks. I could see it. I could see it. Let's throw one more thing on there and see if we can find something maybe out of set to complement this. One less to field is possible, but let's see. Looking at their fielding costs, this would be free, this would be free, this would be free 1 and 1, and that one's sort of negligible. You're willing, I think people are, when it's a 6-drop, I think you're willing to pay the fielding costs for the giant body. You're kind of expecting that. I don't know, maybe we do run that one. So I think our options are between either this die gets +1 attack, or the other version of it. Where is it? It hits itself too, so Favorite of Guliman, you're in. I would want to run like 3 of those, maybe 2 of those. I'm hard pressed to run more than just one of these dice. Well, I guess if this is sort of the route we're going with giving all of our stuff, it gives sidekicks buffs as well. What other things give sidekick buffs? Let's find out. Sidekick. Anything new? Make things hard on him by putting Sage on there. No. Energize doesn't really work with this. Intimidate to take out some of their blockers. But you're already using range for the sidekicks, so you don't really want to take the Blob or Frederick Duke's route. Ooh, this would be interesting. It's expensive though. For our types, Mask, Fist, Shield. But most of the way, Mask, Fist. I mean, ramp is kind of a necessity, so maybe we run this. Fist, Shield for the prep here. It's not bad. Counter-Strike is really good. I think it's good on like any mono affiliation team. You don't even really need it just for that. It's good on just like any team. The card is just straight up solid. Let's put it on it. It's good for that prep, and you can like buy up these guys, push with them, even if they go through, you can cycle them back by playing Counter-Strike. It's not bad. It's another 2-drop as well, so if something goes wrong on that first turn, you can buy this because it'll actually have some utility, which is pretty cool. I mean, I really like this. They can only block with like 1 sidekick, 1 of each of those other things, and then you can just ping out. I guess technically the combat trick, it doesn't work like you would want it to. So let's put it up there so we can look at it. All right, so the thought would be like you play this card and you have your other guys out there in the field. you would push with your 2 range boys here, and they would do 2 damage, or whatever, however many dice you have of them. Let's say you had 2 of the Primaris Inceptors and 1 Primaris Aggressor. You deal 3 damage, take out like 3 of their sidekicks, or take out like 1 sidekick and a 2 defense character. They still have the option to block with those other things. They haven't assigned blockers yet, so this doesn't quite work, but it's not bad. It's not the worst. It's worth considering. It's really good too. Still don't have quite enough ramp, but these are all pretty low drops. I mean, 2, 3, 3, 4. It's not bad. This is sort of like a prep a die. It's not bag fixing either. I mean, the simple option, since we do have a 2-cost mask, is to run like just a straight up this for fun. Other options include like mimic ramp. And if he cycles, you copy the stats. So if like they KO your mimic and you can't get the ramp going, at least he can come back and be a 3-5 or 5-5. That's not great. I guess you could always like put it on Primaris Intercessor and that'd be really slow. Bloat Drone is a possibility. The Bloat Drone Global. For ramp. I mean, so this is an option, right? This is pay a shield once per turn, sacrifice a sidekick if you do draw and roll 2. But that kind of takes away your sidekicks that you're trying to buff, or that you could be buffing with Guilliman, something. Someone will pronounce it. It won't be me. I can't do it. The options here also include Plague Marine. This was my first thought. Plague Marine, vectors of death and disease. But again, it KOs your sidekicks. Which you'd think is good, but if you're already trying to buff them up, isn't as good. Well, okay, we have fists and masks, right? So like an easy thing, if I wanted to complete this easily, it'd be like Atlas, because you want the bag fix, right? Then you don't really need a ramp, so you're using the fist global, pay a fist once per turn on your turn, prep a die. So you have this option for fixing the bag. You've already got a way to pull a sidekick out. So that kind of works together nicely. What was the other thought? Oh, man. It was to get a big old bad boy, one of these guys, on here. But which one? So that you could put team up as your other one. That'd be kind of cool. Have a team up win condition, sort of backing. Something like Poxwalker. None of these work well with range. I mean, literally Typhus has it, but he's 7 and he's terrible. Lord of Contagion has it, but again, he's terrible. The other option is to run something like that. Could just like run a double affiliated villain. That's like low-hanging fruit nowadays, though. People don't like villains. Technically, Atlas is a double affiliated villain. Just not the 2 affiliations you'd sort of expect. I kind of like this, though. I think that's fun. It makes your buffed up guys a little harder to stop. Particularly if you're going to run... let's just do team up. Team up on there and try to find something else that... yeah, go away, this little thing. Try to find something else that fits. Because team up is fun. It's enjoyable. This is going to be a casual team, clearly, based on the first picked card. But this is a cool way to make those things gross. Maybe you do need like just a ton of ramp to make this go faster. Because you'd only like buy one thing a turn, right? So maybe you just like your last thing. What's team up giving? It's giving +1. It's only giving +2. +2, +2. That's not good enough. So something like these. Attune. No. Overcrush, but he's big. Madeline Pryor, maybe just to get the like a 2-cost Madeline Pryor, just to get the double affiliations that aren't there. I mean, if you wanted the easy fix, you'd just pick like one of the villain control pieces, but I'm not going to do that. Like Shriek is a villain, so it'd give everything +3. I blow into the microphone in thoughtfulness. Ooh, what if you just ran Toad? No, because what would you name with Toad? You would name either villains or you would name X-Men or Justice League. And if you name villains, I mean, what else could you name? You could name, like, what are the big kind of things right now, affiliation-wise? It's really like X-Men, Justice League because of the two most recent boxes. I think it's mainly just X-Men. And so that pulls our own card out, right, of the field. It's not a bad thought. Clayface? Do a Clayface thing. Does that help? Not particularly. Could do like Parasite. Parasite's not a bad option. What if you did Poison Ivy? Like the 5-drop. I kind of like that. Just for fun. Throw that in there just for right now. That's not a bad option. There are other options. It's not the best. Like something low is probably what you would want more. Something easy to meet that requirement with Team Up. Looking for more double affiliations. Anything interesting besides just the same ones that everyone knows? just jam King Black Bolt on there. Oh no, don't go. We don't want to look at that card. Just there you go. There's the double affiliations you need. Oh man, I still wish this card was like relevant. That makes me sad. I missed that card. That was a good card. Batman. Just pop them down and reroll their field. Huntress. So you really want the double affiliated though, so it's all that stuff back up here. Let's just sort by cost. Let's just do it by double affiliated and cost. These are the cheapest. So you could just jam a 2-drop Infiltrate Dark Beast. I mean, probably your best bet would be something like super powerful. Well, you know what? Cut the Poison Ivy because it's probably just better to run like Parasite. Like this one. It's probably just better to run that. Go up there. Probably put these over there. Right? Because you've got your little backbone here. They get buffed by this guy. This is a way to make your stuff harder to block. This is a way to push a little extra damage and buff the team up. So I can see that. Now you have 4 affiliations here between those. Then you've got 5 there. So everything gets +4/+4. If you can somehow manage to go that, plus your card that we started with, and this. And that's before any buffs from like Vero. So we would be looking to like buy up some of these Primaris and Scepter Meteoric Descents, which was the first Warhammer 40k card spoiled. I remember that. That was a good time. So you buy up like these. You buy up your Vero, your Primaris Aggressor. You get your Emma Frost, make it hard for these guys to be blocked. You remove extra blockers with range from these characters, which is why you want to buy up, you know, more of these so that you can use the range to ping out sidekicks. Get some ramp that way, which is nice. You got your bag fixing, so you can set the things the way you want it with your fist global. Pull sidekicks out of used, which is good, and prep them. You got team up and an enabler to team up, which is a pretty good enabler in general. You could also switch this one out for the other Parasite, right? Like you could switch it for, probably not that one. You could switch it for Human Atomic Furnace if you wanted, just to make sure that, you know, something isn't blanked or that sort of thing. And then you've got this big old drop that has a fine stat line with high fielding cost, which is made a little easier with this one, which is nice, but makes your stuff bigger, including your sidekicks. So yeah, that seems like a fun team. I'd put that together and try it. So let me know what you would do if your starting point if you had to build a team with this as your starting point, this has to be on the team and you have to use it, how would you make a team around this card? Leave a comment with a link to a team that you build in the comments below, in the section below. Put me a team link through the Dice Coalition. If you don't know how to do that, take a look. After you've built your team, and obviously we could set dice counts, like 2 of those, 1 of these, maybe 2, 3 if you got them. Let's rep more of those Veros, and sure, we'll slap one on there. So if this is your die count, let's say you finished with everything that you want, you just go to View Team, and then you hit Save this team right there, and name it whatever you want, and then it gets saved to your giant list of teams. Look at that giant list of teams. Feel free to pause and see if you can catch something funny, like stop hitting yourself. There you go. Give me a team link of what you would do with this in a comment below, and let me know if you like this kind of a team build challenge video, because I thought it was kind of fun. As always, thanks for watching.